Welcome to the RockerPod Recap Show. It is the first day of Europeans, and things happened. The pair short program and the women's short program was today, and you know, all in all, there was some good skating, especially with the pairs. And then when we got to the women, it was a bit of a mixed bag, but I think the biggest thing that we took away from this is that Nina Petrikina is back, and she is back in a big way. Takes a lead of 6 points going into the free skate, and it's the two Ninas actually right at the beginning. Nina Petrikina over Nina Pinzerone, both of them with injuries during the season that they've had to come back from, and both of them skating as well as they have skated in a while. And so that's your top two going into the free skate. But you know what? Then basically second to fourth are incredibly close. Nina Pinzerone 64.97. Anna Pizzetta, after really lots of struggles during the season, she started off really super well at the start of the season, and it has just been sort of a downward trend for her, and she's been inconsistent. She does a really good job, just an under rotation on her triple toe, and she's in third with a 64.85. So small medals for Petrikina, Pinzerone, and Pizzetta, the three Ps going into the free skate. Lara Naki-Gutman, the one I picked for the gold medal here, was never really over her skate today, and had problems with all three jumping. Had problems with both of her big jumping passes. Popped her triple toe into a triple toe, double toe, and then stepped out of the Lutz. But still, given how everybody else skated today, in fourth place, 63.75, so very much still in the podium conversation. And Luna Hendricks, once again, having short program troubles. She has not had a good short program this season yet, and this is number 4 for her. Fell on her triple flip and then tried to tack on a triple toe at the end of her Lutz, which she did the combo, but there were under rotations there, and she is in fifth place, 63.34. So a point and a half between second and fifth, and that'll be a close race going into the free skate. No doubt there's going to be a good bit of movement in that group. And then there's just a range of skaters in the next kind of set of scores. Sixth place was Kimi Repan, like Nina Pinzerone, like Nina Petrikina, injured all season long and is back. And she has a 59.28. Just a little bit of an issue with her combo, but otherwise good to see her back. She's in sixth and in the final group. And if you look here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, from 6th to 12th. Kimi Rapon with a 59.28, and then Leah Serna in 14th with a 55.72. So we're talking about a 3.5 point difference between 5th and 14th. I mean, the women are going to be menning, I think, in some ways. Let's hope it's menning in just the standings perspective and not in the inconsistency perspective. But that's your top 14. It's very close. The one skater who we thought was going to be very much in medal contention, Anastasia Gubanova, worst program of the season. She is the reigning silver medalist, has been on the podium every single season in this Olympic quad at Europeans, and is currently in 11th after a fall on a couple of cues on the combo and then a fall on a downgraded triple Lutz. It was just not that Lutz never went up, and she's got to be fairly disappointed. 11th place, 56.17, but she's 8.5 points away from third. It's not over for her yet. there's going to be a lot of movement. Trust me on that one. It's going to be a very close race, I believe, for the free skate. So, once again, Nina Petrikina takes a very, very comfortable lead as she is trying to defend her European title after the injury and the surgery this season. My goodness, she comes back, and even like a month ago at Estonian National, she was only doing sow toe and loop. She was not doing the flip and lutz, and she comes here and does a triple lutz, triple toe, and a clean short program to be the only skater above 65 points here. Earlier in the day, we had the pairs short program, and you know what? It was a really good competition. I mean, first top 6 was very strong. Not flawless skating from the top 2. Metelkina Barulova are in the lead, 75-96. She turned out on the landing of her throw flip, and once again, Luka Barulova just holding on to dear life for that for dear life for that the lift that they had, 75-96, a point over Hasse Volden, who once again, Minerva Hasse had an issue with her solo triple Salchow at Grand Prix final. She popped it all together. So here she rotated it and had a hand down. So wasn't a disaster. Would I have had them closer? I probably would have had them closer. Especially given that their throw was well done and their lift was probably at least a point better than what Metelkina Barulova did on their lift. The thing that Barulova has is the power of the ice coverage, because he does Tasmanian devil his way over to the end of the rink. But if you just look at the footwork, it's a little scary. Metelkina Barulova, 75-96. I keep saying 79. 75-96. Hasse Volodin, 74-81. And then the most consistent pair of the season, Pavlova Sviatchenko, 73-32. They had a clean short. And that's your top 3, as expected. Those are your 3 who will be contending for the title and for the podium. And then there's a gap of about 7-8 points down to Hake Kunko, who skated a pretty good short program and could have been higher. Annika Hake with an under-rotated triple Salchow, but their throw flip, their signature throw was probably, I would say, the best alongside Hasse Volodin today. It was such a strong throw and a very confident landing on that one. And they're in fourth, 65-47. The home crowd loved Vaipan Law and Digby, and it's also been a bit of a rough season for them. They haven't really found their stride yet, and they found it here. Clean short program, 64 points for them, 63-98, and they're in 5th place. Vujamus and Bovart continue to improve, 62-78. So that's your top 6 going into the free skate, and it was a very good short program for that group. And we always hold our breaths a little for the free skate. If they're spectacular, they can be really good, but the pairs free skate is always a minefield. So watch out for that. So that was day 1 of the European Figure Skating Championships. Tomorrow we have, I don't even know what we have. Tomorrow we've got the men's short program starting at 8:40 Eastern Time, 1:40 Greenwich Mean Time in England. And then the pairs free skate will be finishing us off on day 2. So no doubt it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow with lots of skating. And, we're going to have to go through. Today we went through 38 women's short programs. Tomorrow, only 29 men's short programs tomorrow. So a little bit of a reprieve, but still lots of skating coming up tomorrow. So we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.